Bill O'Reilly is planning on suing his ex-wife Maureen McPhilmy for $10 million. Why? Because he thinks that she wasn't honest about fidelity during their marriage. Now, we're going over the aspects of suing someone in this country over infidelity in just a moment, but according to Gawker, now they say that they have documents over O'Reilly in this suit. They're claiming that O'Reilly thinks that his ex used money that she obtained from their agreement to, quote, finance an existing extramarital relationship. Nik, he's also accused Maureen of misleading him on the terms of their separation agreement. I want to get into what Gawker is alleging here, and if we could just go to what, supposedly this was a court document file that they've obtained. Now, this is Gawker, mind you, but still very interesting if he's suing his wife for infidelity. This is what they had to say. They said that, that according to Maureen, this is why Bill is suing her, knowingly made false misrepresentations and material omissions of existing fact to O'Reilly for the sole purpose of inducing him to agree to a consensual divorce and to obtain money and real property to finance an existing extramarital relationship. Ooh. Well, those are that's the ugly world of divorce. I'm sorry, but typically in a separation, there could be another person. He's accusing her of fraud, it sounds like, to be able to get a divorce.
What's really going on here is Bill O'Reilly's pissed off. He's pissed off for a few reasons.
Who wouldn't be?
Right. He's very angry at the fact that, yes, he is having to throw all this money at a woman who's probably using some of that money, not only for her own stuff, but for another man and stuff. And that's pissing him off. I guess anybody would be pissed off at the thought of that. But like you said, that's the way that divorce goes. Oftentimes it will favor the male who has a lot of money, right? It's nothing new. But at the same time, there's a little bit of backstory here too. He's also pissed off because of the last few years and everything that's going on, that's happened basically, and all the details of his family life that have gone public, and basically everyone learned about. His kids
don't like him too much.
His kids don't like him. There's allegations of physical abuse at home. I think his daughter in one report said that she saw him dragging his wife down the stairs by the neck, things like that.
Wonder if he's going to sue her for defamation next.
Well, that's the thing. And what I'm thinking is maybe it's to the point where he's kind of getting bombarded by things, and so he's just kind of throwing shit back. Well, here you go. Then I'm going to sue you for whatever you're doing. Well,
if you recall, just some of the messy details about his marriage, and it's a shame that when marriages fall apart and their kids involved,
well, especially when
everybody
you're a good Catholic, right?
Especially when you're a good Catholic like Bill O'Reilly, who's wanting his marriage annulled in the eyes of the Catholic Church. Divorce is frowned upon. Who knew? But this decent Catholic, family values. He doesn't want to be portrayed as a family abuser, because those are the values that he espouses as being very, very pro-family. And the fact that his kids basically don't want to live with him or have anything to do with him, that's a separate issue entirely. Now, taking you back to the suit for a minute, the suit, he claims that McPhilmy misrepresented her settlement agreement with him for, quote, the sole purpose of inducing him to agree to a consensual divorce. Well, why wouldn't you want a consensual divorce? You would want to drag it out and make it as heinous as possible.
Well, I'm sure as a Catholic, he sees divorce in a much different light.
Right. She supposedly used money and property and gained it from O'Reilly to pay for her existing relationship with Gross. Do you recall when he had the NYPD investigate his wife's lover at the time?
He was trying to ruin his career. He was a police officer at the time, yeah.
Having them delve into his past and his history, and wanting the New York Police Department to actually investigate Mr. Gross. This is taking slimy to a whole new level, and what we do know is that McPhilmy...
Bill O'Reilly's not slimy.
I mean, you'd think you'd leave that stuff in a place and kind of protect your own...
I'm joking, he's totally slimy.
Come on. So last summer, this is what we know, and this report was detailing when they were actually divorcing. She purchased a home. She changed her voter registration address card, so that's a big deal right there.
Oh,
we know that she's officially moved on. When you change your voter registration, then that's a big deal. Things are over.
She's voting for Bernie.
And of course, she's still engaged in a relationship with Mr. Gross. I kind of feel sorry for Bill O'Reilly. I do. You can't be that mean and have anybody like you.
So why do you feel bad for him?
I feel bad for him because he doesn't realize how mean he's being, and
He doesn't realize? That's
I don't think he realizes it, Nik. I don't think he has a concept that, he really believes that he's this superior, moral, family espousing, non-jerk. I mean, do you watch his pinheads? He calls people pinheads too.
All the time.
Issue.
He's a dick to everyone. and his views on America and certain people in this country are ridiculous, and I do not feel bad for him one bit.
well,
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go into
Right.
his political views,
Right.
but like
This isn't
honestly,
about that. This is
I
about.
don't feel bad for him.
This is about the case that Gawker is saying that Bill O'Reilly is in fact suing his wife Maureen for $10 million, reportedly for infidelity.